How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane, and I'm here to give you another Digimon Ghost Game episode review recap. Today's episode is episode 36, The Labyrinth of Grief. And before I give you guys any grief, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos just like this. We are trying our best to get to 1,000 subs, and I know that we can. Had a little accident doing some work earlier. I'm pretty sure I jammed this finger pretty bad. I can move it though. Just try to keep it straight a lot. Anywho, I am wearing. If you watch all of my videos, you notice that a lot of times I put on the goat shirt. I call it the goat because Yu Yu Hakusho is one of the best. And typically, you can tell almost what kind of mood I'm in depending on the shirts I wear. And genuinely, no fancy, blurb before I send my video out. No funny little text. This is probably the best episode we have gotten in a long time, and I feel so revitalized because it has done so. It's done the things that I wanted. This feels like a natural step up, and we have fan service. We have just the only thing that I can say is that there's going to be one set of fans that will not particularly like this, but we'll get there, right? So, in the beginning of all this, there's a dude who's asleep in his car. By the way, they're back to showing Pumpkinmon or Pumpmon and Mummymon for the little ghost. But Petermon's there, and he's truly scarier than both of them, in my opinion. Anyway, guy's asleep in his car, and he wakes up because this building is falling down. He's like, what in the world? And inside, a man is like, no, Tascate, don't do it. We see all this light, then boom, dude is, there's no one there, and this other guy that's hiding comes out with a flashlight and like, who's there? You heard someone scream. Like, are Japanese people like on the level of like teenage white girls in horror movies, where it's just like, ha, I heard someone screaming. What are you doing there? You might as well have just tripped and fell because whatever got that dude, now focus on this guy. There's all these particles everywhere. There's the digital lines on his hand. And dude bumped into a stone of his friend. Well, look, now he's turning into stone. And suddenly, with all of this hoopla, the building rises up again. The guy's blinking, wondering if he just saw things. Which I wish people would believe themselves a lot more. Like instead of going, oh man, I was tired, so I saw this hallucination. Hallucinations usually aren't that massive. And this I'm talking about whether it's real world or even in anime terms, right? But anywho, next day, the group are going to go into a cave. They all got on their little hard hats with the light. And Kirishiro's like, what's going on here? Why'd you guys call me? And Ruli's calling him captain. And apparently there's been disappearing buildings. And Hiro has looked on his urban myth website and it says people have, who have escaped these things have been seen running into this cave. And he's like, that thing's not structurally sound. Now we have extra characters. There's a guy called I think it's Ikuzaki, maybe. He shows up. He's like, this whole thing is just hoopla. He has a camera. I don't think nothing's gonna be here, but he's ready to take a picture. This other young lady named Nico. Mind you, we don't find out these people's names until they've gone into the cave. And there's this other young lady who has this purple hair that kind of blends into a darker purple. Very good character design, mind you. I like that none of these people look the same, which is funny. When you think about Digimon Adventure 1 and 02, and even Digimon Tamers, Season 3, a lot of the characters, I get it's the art style, but a lot of them kind of look the same. None of these people look the same, which is good. They're coming there because it's a meetup with is it Lily Run or is the girl called her Ruli, and she got a little selfie with her, and she's doing a meetup from the forum. It's the first time they're doing it. Even Hero's kind of like, yeah, but there's this dude who is swole, looking like one of Brock from Pokemon's cousin, or what's the guy called Byron, the gym leader from season not season 4, from Generation 4. That guy, the Steel guy. Dude's name is Kazu. He's jacked. He's ripped. He's like, yeah, I do a lot of outdoor club stuff in college. This stuff over here, I've already gone through the cave. I can guide us through it. I'm like, who? I like the fact that they got, they have someone who can help them with this. But wow, her fans run the spectrum, which is cool. So Kirishio's like, oh, I knew this was a trick. I ain't going in there. All of them just happily say, yeah, whatever, we're going in. And of course, he doesn't want to be left alone, so he runs in there, which he probably would have been safer staying out. And when I mean everyone, I mean the invisible Jellymon and Angramon. I think his name's Angramon and not Angoramon. But Angramon are going in there. Obviously, for some reason, Gamamon can't turn invisible, so Gamamon's in Hero's backpack. Now, the girl Nico, she has a divining stone. For my people who follow my Shaman King reviews, the divining rods. And she's like, oh, it's spooky ore here and spooky stuff there. And they're going in. And instantly, Kirishiro slips after the guy goes, oh, gotta be careful. It's kind of wet in here. The one girl's like, I feel some negative vibes coming from him. And instantly, Gamon's like, Hero, I'm getting bad vibes. Right, so she said negative emotions. He's feeling bad vibes. And suddenly, every last one of them hears a voice. And at first, it sounds like laughter. But I don't think it was laughter. I think it was crying, but we'll get to that later. And all of a sudden, it looks like a cave in's about to happen. Man, dude Kazu grabs him. He's like, hey, everyone move. They move. They are blocked inside of the cave. Oh no. It's solid. They can't get through. And there a lot of them panicking. Of course, the big man who with the camera is like, hey, you're the expert here. How to get us out? Takes off his gloves. Oh yes, I feel wind. That means we can exit around here. They walk their way through. Spooky girl saying spooky stuff. The fangirl is, saying like we got, just got to be careful. And now they get to a point where they got to climb. So they're all climbing. Only Kazu, only the ripped dude is the only one that's like he's okay with this. Everybody else is out of breath. Big man drops his phone. He's like, I need this if I'm going to catch some kind of phenomenon. So he slides back down. And the moment he goes for his phone, two big ass hands reach for him. The moment I saw these hands, I knew what Digimon it was. And I was happy. Scared for them, but I was happy. I'm going to let it just large hands. And if you are a longtime fan of Digimon, you know these hands too. Here's a hint. Digimon Frontier is where this Digimon is from. So the guy Izuka, he's gone. He was swirling into some quicksand looking stuff, and even his phone recorded him going under. So now everybody's like, at the end, the girl with the two tone purple hair is like, hey, where'd Izuka go? Yeah, Izuka, where'd he go? Kazu's like, man, he's probably falling behind. You know what, guys, I'll go get him. Back where they first left him, dude kind of goes down. He's like, a phone? All of a sudden, the earth comes up and just swirls around him. It makes like a muscle and just sucks him in. Looks like a giant butt. Just a giant earth butt just sucks this guy in. While everybody's resting, they're kind of all like, he's been going for a long time too. All right, everybody's going. This is not how this horror movie's gonna go. So they all go back. The crew is leading in the front. I thought they had left the girls behind, but no, they didn't. They're going forward, and by the girls I mean Spooky Girl, Nokia, and Two Tone Purple Girl. So they all come, and they're looking around. They see, okay, we just came from that way. Why is this giant wall here? The earth butt is what I called it. And they see all this disturbance. They're trying to figure out what the heck happened. All right, fine. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna go forward. But before they can go forward, Nokia with her little divine rod, they see nothing but office IDs, supplies, phones, just all on this other side. And they're like, we gotta just get the heck out of here. But Nokia goes, well, we came to figure out what this phenomenon was, right? And Hero goes, you know what? She's right. And he was right to say that she was right because it's kind of they don't the other two don't know this, but it's those three guys' job. The three of them, Ruli, Kiyoshiro, Hero, it's your job to figure out what's going on, especially if it may be a digi thing. So they walk through and they're following her, and there's this fork in the road. Hero does the things like this way. They go to the right, but the other girl goes, wait, stuff's going off. Goes to the left. The other girl sees her and says, hold on, everybody. Just wait a minute. And she runs after her. A stone wall separates them just instantly. And they're all like, whoa, wait, what's going on? This wasn't here. And they can, and all of a sudden, and it's so funny because the cursed girl says, she says someone's cursed, and then she goes, oh no, I'm the one who's cursed. And this Digimon just swoops down and grabs her, and she's struggling. This is really frightening because he grabs the other girl and he's pulling them through. At this point, I might as well just tell you, it's Gigasmon. Who? Gigasmon. This is the Beast Earth Spirit, one of the 10 spirits from Digimon Frontier Season 4, a hybrid type Digimon. And back then with hybrid types, it was basic. I love this picture here. This is probably going to be a new wallpaper for me. I love that. Um, so in Frontier Season 4, and oh, it looks like in the card game, he counts as, I think, an ultimate level 4. Someone help me out here. Aren't level 4s champions or ultimates in the card game? Anyway, the humans became the Digimon. They had these scanners. I wish I had one of these Digivices. The D scanners, the detectors. They scan. They use barcode to take the code of Digimon that they beat. That's kind of like absorbing them. But later on, they're going to reformat them and stop them from being all evil. And it's another way of bringing them back to life. It's another way of beating the bad guys in that show. Gigasmon is what happened when Grumblemon in English, but Grottomon in Japanese. Grumblemon got the beast, Earth Beast Spirit, and he became even stronger. It's if you were to equate any of this in terms of like power scaling, this is a ultimate level Digimon. Not a champion. Don't care what the card game says. This is literally an ultimate level Digimon they are fighting. So let's read the encyclopedia real quick. I already said hybrid. He is a perfect class. Mineral type. Nature spirits. A Digimon that possesses the power over Earth, which bears the might of one of the legendary 10 warriors. It is an earth giant that materializes by coalescing soil from the ground and the components of the atmosphere. At the moment of its materialization, it quenched at a high temperature, and its skin is changed to one of super hardness, surpassing that of ceramics, which is exactly what Angramon said at the end of this episode. Its personality and thoughts are just as arrogant as Grottomon's. Due to it becoming gigantic, it has it's become more overconfident, and its tactics are extremely violent. We don't see overconfidence in this. We do see violence, though. Fundamentally, because it makes light of its opponents, it thinks that fighting them is boring and will often yawn during battle. Did not see this as at all either. Its special moves are striking and raising up the ground with intense force after a huge jump, which is called Earthquake, like the Pokemon move Earthquake. And then it stretches out his arms and unleashes a double lariat spinning at them called Hurricane Bomber. What do they call Hurricane Bomber? And they call it Quagmire Twister in English. It's actually pretty good. And Tectonic Slam. And yeah, that was actually good dub. Man, even I liked Frontier and I liked this Digimon so much. I love the dub voice of them. Just man, just this just I was as soon as I saw those hands, this is one of my favorites. And even I'm thinking, oh man, if he killing people, they do got to get rid of him, right? Right? Allow me to continue. So they're moving through, and what gave it away is that Nokia first heard that same laugh or cry. It's a cry though. They heard that same cry, and excuse me. Uh, was this key? So they're all, they're trying to find a way through, and Keo hears that's, he's freaking out. He hears the sound again, and he falls backwards, falls all the way down. Jellymon goes right after him, and before the other two can even get there, another stone wall goes up. Well, now Kiroshiro's at the bottom, and Jellymon's trying to help him. She's in her full, arms and legs mode now. The earth is moving like Looney Tunes ground raising. The stuff is moving. It's moving at a rapid pace. They're using Gamamon's nose to find Kirishiro, try to find a way around. At this moment, they're not playing around. Gamamon turns into Beto Gamamon. Angramon turns into Simba Angramon. And as Gigasmon is attacking them, Jellymon turns into Tesla Jellymon. And she's able to light up this area with her tentacles. And where am I at? Where am I at? And she's trying. She's like tells Kirishiro, you need to prepare for the worst, cause I don't know what's coming. Uh, as they get through, they get to this wall. They use a sword blow to get through here, and as they're trying to get through, unfortunately, Hero and Gamamon are cut off from Ruli and Simba Angramon. He comes for Ruli, and Simba Angramon is blocking her. No problem. He grabs them both. Another sword blow gets them to where Kiyoshiro and Tesla Jellymon are, but as soon as they get there, they're watching Tesla Jellymon trying to pull Kiyoshiro from him, but no, he pulls him under. And the whole point is, all right, now we're gonna have to stick together. We gotta hurry. We gotta go and get them. So as they continue walking through, all of a sudden the ground becomes stone tiles, and above them, everything is lit up. This is like one of the coolest looking areas I've seen in this show. Just massive cavern is light bluish green light coming from the roof. And Beto Garamon identifies this as luminescent moss. I've read about this in encyclopedia, and it's really cool that the stuff that Garamon is reading is still registering when he evolves. I know they're the same person, but you really don't get those correlations in the other shows. It's like, oh, the rookie read it, so the rookie, Agumon read it, so Agumon brings it up again. No, I'm the same person. I read it as the kid. Now that I'm the champion slash adult level, I still remember this. So they're making their way through, and all of a sudden they see stone people with just looks of, oh, this is like maybe the second or third time they've had people turn to stone, and they just look terrified. And then they start seeing the people they traveled with. And Tesla Gentleman's like, this looks very realistic. And Hero's like, no, this is them. They even see Ruli and Simba Angramon. Then they hear Kirishiro scream. And he's saying, please don't. Well, the translator says, please don't burn me. But I think he was just saying, please don't bury me. And you know, as Gigasmon is turning him into stone, you see a tear come from his, like, drop down. Tesla Jellymon comes in with all her might. Remember, she is out of three champions, standard champions with Beto Gamamon. As the standard champions, Beto Gamamon is, the flame fighter who can fight close or far away. She is the up close brawler. She's coming in. Gigasmon backhands her without even looking at her. And he's crying. And she identifies who he is. Oops. He identifies who she is. And he's saying, this is a sacred place. Don't you think it's dude's crying, and he's asking, why aren't you sad? Don't you think it's sad that humans can't turn into Digitama? And all of them have this look of, what is he talking about? To be the second time a Digimon has had this kind of reaction. Don't worry, I'm getting there. So I like Gigasmon. I wrote this in my note. I like Gigasmon. Y'all gotta end this dude, because this is horrifying. So he tries to turn them into stone with his little sparkly ability, just sending out those particles. And even Hero sees it like, nope, we need to get out. So they run. They get out of the area. He moves through the stone like a shark through water. Shark Week, like a shark through water. So while they're trying to fight him, like he used earthquake, sword blow punches it. Some of the stuff hit one of the stones hit Ruli, and her stone form kind of makes her move a bit. And Tesla Jellymon, I didn't know she could fly. She can still fly, so she's holding up Hero. He's like, we need to move this battle someplace else. And even Gigasmon's like, you guys, you're very brave, but I gotta get you. So he chases them. They get to an open spot, and as soon as Tesla Jellymon touches the ground and her foot moves, he pops up, attacks her, punches her straight in the face. We get the same thing with Battle Gamamon. The sword blows are missing. Uh, and Hero's just looking around. He's confused because Gigasmon is fast. And when Hero moves his foot, some dust kicks up, and right behind him is Gigasmon. But Battle Gamamon saves him. And when his helmet falls and hits the ground, Gigasmon is kind of reaching up. And Hero rightfully deduces, okay, he's using the sound of our feet and the sparks to know where we are. And even Battle Gamamon's like, I read in the encyclopedia that, creatures that don't see well, they fight in the dark and they use their heightened senses of hearing. So Hero's like, all right, so we know what we got to do then, guys. And he's in agreement with Tesla Jellymon. I gotta say, I like it when you don't have the partner there and the Digimon. She might not be able to turn into Tetismon, but the partner is there working with the other Digimon partner, and it's human to save everybody. I still like that they're doing that. I like that. They may have done it in Adventure 2020. They might have done it in other seasons, but I don't remember it as much as this, and this is actually very much appreciated. Anywho, very good animation for this fight, by the way. So, at this moment, Gigasmon is reaching from behind them at them. They probably already are expecting it because Battlegarmon turns into Canon Weissmon. He's like, Hero, this form should actually be pretty good for us because he deflects him back. They're all getting ready. They all nod. Canon Weissmon sends out, a blast of wind from its wings. Gigasmon, now they're all in the air, mind you. Gigasmon comes out of one of the stone pillars, and they're having a proper back and forth fight. Kano Weissmon is using his what is that move called? He uses his claws to slash him at first. Then Gigasmon is he's hell bent on beating him, so he comes back with the Hurricane Bomber, and we get the Dragonia. The clash looked really good. And of course, Kano Weissmon came out on top. I say of course, but he came out on top, and it was very nicely done. Smashing him into to a pillar, making it all crack and craggly, very Dragon Ball esque. He changes back into Battle Gamamon, which I like. I like that in this season, they unless they're already super hurt or it's their first time going to this form, they don't instantly go back to rookie form. So they go back. Hero fully confirms now it has a time limit. Cool. So as they get down there and they're talking to him, they say, "Hey, can you turn everybody back?" And they're still trying to figure out why are you sad. And this dude says humanity is gonna perish. I'm like, we have an existential crisis. What happened was he saw. At first, I thought it was a documentary or someone speaking. No, he saw a movie poster about humanity, polluting and stuff, and it's an action movie that comes out July 29th, which is coincidental because that was yesterday as of the day of this recording. And it was saying that, humanity's going to be punished, and he's sad. This is a Digimon that genuinely cares about humanity. And he's saying, well, his whole idea was, well, you know what? If they can't save themselves, I'm just gonna go ahead and just get a mass grave and just put all you guys in there until I figure something out. I suppose the plot's kind of thin there because I'm like, what was? So you're just gonna end humanity yourself before they can end them? So maybe you can figure something out. I don't know. That's kind of thin there, but I appreciate that he cared about humanity. It wasn't a whole I do a thing that could kill you. It's like, I can turn you to stone, I can turn you back. Unlike Dark Florizamon, which tried to rescue somebody from flames by putting him in flames and going, by the way, don't run out of my fire until I tell you to. That was just boneheaded. Anywho, the rock that they had punched him into was starting to break, and it's gonna flatten everybody. They're like, "Hey, man, you can help us." And he's like, "What's the point? Everything's gonna go away anyway." And Hero's like, "No, humanity's not gonna let that happen." He goes, "Huh?" So we got Hero, Battlegamon, and Tesla Jellymon all trying to hold this thing from falling because they don't want their friends, and everybody else to get flattened. And Hero says humanity is not going to let that happen. They are going to keep fighting, and we're going to find a way to stop ourselves from imploding on ourselves. I'm paraphrasing, but that was the general gist of it. And Battlegamon says, "Come on, dude, save everybody." And Tesla Gemma she just calls out for her darling. Gigasmon walks up, puts his hand on the stone, is able to put some type of liquid stone thing in there to stop it from falling, and turns everybody back. All the people escape out the side that they came in on, and there's a lot of people. They're like, "We're alive." They're super surprised. On the other side, the crew is on the other side with Gigasmon, who has been semi-translucent this whole time. He's in the phase where he's visible, but you can still kind of see through him, but he can interact with things. Been through and even Kirishio's like, "We have gone through a far way." Okay. And Gigasmon says, "I'm going to seal up this cave after all of this." And they go, "Thank you." He says, "You know what? It seems that there's still hope for humanity because there's people like you. And there's more hope for the future." He ninja slides into the earth. Like, he does this and ninja slides down. Made one of my favorite Digimon even cooler. Wow. And then Simba and Goramon, as they're all looking out at the sun, says, "The figure's prepared, but grief remains. Maybe you'll feel happy if you laugh instead of cry." And I love Kirishiro snapping back and going, "I can't laugh if I'm turned into a statue." Perfect. Next episode is going to be basically Night of the Living Dead. I'm looking forward to that. They do the whole breakdown level hybrid. Ruli says a terrifying demon lord appears in 1999 to destroy humanity. It's like, just kidding. And goes through how there were prophecies, doom prophecies like that in 2030, 2040, and 2060. I'm sorry, how far in the future are they? And this could logically still actually be the same universe that the original first two Digimon came from. Well, it can be in that an alternate world to that world. Maybe. Maybe. But yeah, it's kind of funny she mentioned 1999 because isn't that when Digimon appeared, and isn't that when a couple of actually isn't that when the whole was it the Omegamon, the Omnimon thing with Diaboramon, or was that the one with Parrotmon? One of the stories appeared in 1999, so it's very funny that she would say something like that. But yeah, um, I feel bad for Ruli and Angramon because it's like, you guys offer like resources. They're able to analyze things. They offer something that's different than just muscle. Even though Angramon's ultimate form, the Wartmon, is all beast. Still kind of feel bad for them. Maybe they'll get their power up, their moment to shine in the next episode. But yeah, this episode for sure, it's a 5 out of 5. Why does it get that? I'm happy to tell you. It gets 5 out of 5 because natural progression. We went, all right, now we've gone through all these ultimates, couple of champions that were tough, couple of armor Digimon. Now we're at a hybrid level that is technically one of the legendary warriors. It's legendary 10 warriors level. They fought him, technically won, and the animation for the fight was amazing. The motivations made sense because it's like, all right, we heard a rumor, we followed the rumor, stuff is happening to us. All right, we're down 3 members, which is one Digimon and 2 partners. let's try to figure this out. Because one is stuck as a champion. We got one guy that can turn all the way, but it's a time limit for him, right? And I wonder why it's a time limit just for Gamamon. I hope they look further into that because we still haven't figured out what's going on with Gula's Gamamon either. But yes, I like this. The only paper thin part was like, was he trying to take care of humanity to, give them a big grave just to figure out how to save them later? I don't know. But it's I something was different about this episode, and I'm actually looking forward to next week's Night of the Living Dead episode, where it looks like some kind of moss takes over skeletons and living people and everything. I cannot wait. And I hope Gigasmon shows up again. I hope there is a big battle where they have to fight all these black Digimon, like Black Agumon, Black Gatomon, Black everything Mon. I hope they have to fight these things and they got to get help from the Digimon that they have told, hey, stop it. And it better be worth it. Because there's gonna be casualties. But yeah, this was good. This was hype. I've had other episodes with favorite Digimon of mine, and I cannot believe how well done this was. Please, more like this. Also, hopefully, I'll be able to get some playtime with Digimon Survive. I definitely want to tell you guys what I think of that game. But yes, oh yes, 5 out of 5. Let me know what you thought in the comment section down below. I need more good fights like this. I need more stuff that makes sense like this. This is good. This is good. As always, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you have not, and hit the notification bell. Either way it goes to be notified of more videos just like this. Don't forget to share the video because sharing is indeed caring. Thank you for taking some time out to spend some time with me. Please be good, be blessed. Wash your hands, wear a mask, be safe out there. It's crazy, you all. Be good to yourself, be good to others. Either way it goes, do not be a jerk, and I will most definitely see you guys next time. Man, maybe I would really like some artwork of me with Gigasmon, because that, yeah, yeah.